so sure what the Mr. Jato.
FCT University.
FCT University, UBEC,
Yes,
FCT UBEC. And of course, all of the ladies from the schools. First, let me ask you, why do you call yourself advocate? Is that?
Because we have a club, child right advocacy club in our school.
I see. So you're members of the child rights advocacy.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's very good, very, very good. Because I'm actually an advocate. So maybe I should also, every once in a while, introduce myself as advocate Yemi or Shibadu. But this is very, first let me say that this is really a wonderful idea today in celebration of the International Day of the Girl Child. I think it's a very important way to celebrate it. First, to celebrate the great success of Blessing, who I'm told had the best results in the junior secondary school basic certificate exam. I've had a chance to look at the results. You know, she seems to have gotten an A in all of the 18 subjects but one. I think it was 17 A's and 1 C. That's really, really very, very good. And I think that what her success demonstrates is exactly the point that we've been making and that you all have been making, that there's absolutely no difference in terms of intelligence, in terms of capacity, in terms of resourcefulness between a boy and a girl, between a boy child and a girl child. Practically, there's absolutely no difference. And I think that for all of us who have gone to school, we've all had, for us men who have gone to school, all of us have been beaten by girls several times in school. So you'll only be hiding your head in the sand if you were to suggest that girls are any less intelligent or any less resourceful than boys. I mean, especially in the university, I went to an all-boys school. In the university, I had, my first year, I had those who topped the class. In fact, the very first person to get the first class in the University of Lagos was actually a married woman who had 4 children. You know, and that was the very first person to ever get the first class in the Faculty of Law, University of Lagos. And not only was she a female, but she was also married with 4 children. You know, and thereafter we've seen, you know, excellent examples of that. So I think that only those who, for some reason or the other, want to deceive themselves would argue at all that there's any difference of any kind, especially in intelligence or even the capacity for work between men and women. But I think more importantly in our societies, especially because all sorts of historical, cultural type prejudices and discriminatory practices, over time we've come to, you know, almost accept that there is something, that there's a difference between the way that girls are treated and the way that boys are treated. But I think that we're getting over that, especially with you young people who are advocating even from now, you know, about the way that girls should be treated and equality of treatment and all that. These days, people argue about who is a feminist and who is not a feminist. You know, I think it's very, I think it's something that shows the level of awareness that there is all over the world today. So I'm really excited to see that you girls are advocating the rights of women and children, and I think that there is a great need, there is a great deal of work that can be done. But I'd also like to see many of the young boys also advocating, especially the rights of girls. And we had the very unique opportunity of doing so when the Ministry of Women Affairs launched what was described as the He for She campaign, which I thought was I thought that was very creative. And this is young men, boys, advocating girls' rights. And that I think is one way of ensuring that there is understanding across the board, especially with young people as they grow up. So I'm really glad to see you all, and also to congratulate you today on this day that's really set aside for the girl child. Of course, as you know, we've had the unfortunate experience of having girls abducted. 200 girls, Chibok girls are abducted. And again, as you know, some of them have returned, some of them have been rescued and are back home. But there are still some who are still out there and who are still hoping and working every day to bring back home. It's very important for us that those girls are returned, not just because, you know, anyone who has either a friend, a child, or anyone who's a girl recognizes that girls are vulnerable. They are more vulnerable, of course, than men, especially where they've been seized and abducted by men older, stronger than themselves, and been held in captivity for so long. But we want to be able to challenge men and people all over the world about this sorts of behavior. And this is one of the reasons why we're advocating that this kind of conduct must be met with the greatest possible objection and force. We shouldn't accept it. It should not be accepted. We should condemn it for the cowardly and wrongful act that it is, and do our best to give succor to the ladies who have suffered this particular injustice. As of today, those who have returned are studying. They've already started a foundation course and they're studying at the AUM, and we're happy to report that they're all doing very well. They're very excited about the new opportunities that they have, you know, and they're, you know, starting their lives anew and afresh with a great deal of enthusiasm. So we're really quite happy that that's happening, and we're hoping and praying that the rest will come soon. I'm sure you're also following Malala, the lady, you know Malala, you've heard of Malala, the youngest Nobel laureate in the world, who also stood up for girls' rights in Pakistan, was even shot because she stood up for the rights of girls. You know. But she's now in Oxford University. She's, I hear that this week is her first week at the Oxford University. So there's a lot to be done. There's a lot to be said for people who fight for the rights of girls, and who I'm interested in advocacy for girls, and I hope that you are not just going to do it while you're in school. You are going to remain fervent and serious advocates for the rights of girls, you know, for the rest of your lives. There's so many girls in various parts of Nigeria, in various parts of the world, who don't even have the opportunity that you have of going to school. And I think that your advocacy will be important whenever you're on social media, internet, talking about these things and drawing attention to them is very important. So as I look forward to hearing from you again sometime soon, and blessing, I hope that this is only the beginning. I hope you want to be a lawyer. You want to be a lawyer. Oh, excellent. Very, very good. Very, very, very good. I always knew that, you know the bright and intelligent people. I always, you know. Very good. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
We'll have a quick photo.